Hey, what's going on YouTube? I'm just making a small video this weekend of my project. It's not a big project. I'm just deleting the EVAP system on my 2004 Honda Accord. It's just a few small things. Basically, my tuner kind of recommended it to me because I'm having a backfiring issue and it may help with that. Also, it gives me another option for my blow-off valve to route the vacuum source for that. Alright, well, like I said, I've already started a little bit on this project. I've already removed my pod filter and disconnected the hot side of the charge pipe. So, on the throttle body, this is where the EVAP system goes into. Basically, the EVAP is where the all the evaporated gas, it gets recirculated back into the system, for emission control and all that kind of fun stuff. There is a valve further on down the line. Let's see if I can follow it and find it. Right here, that the engine controls. And basically it opens it up whenever you're at idle. So like when you're driving around, it's not gonna just randomly open up. Only when you're sitting there at idle, it will allow that valve to open, and the extra evaporated gas will be recirculated into the system. Or whenever I'm driving and I let off the throttle, my tuner said also sometimes it will allow the evaporated gas to go into the system and make it too rich, and it adds to my backfire issue. So as you see, the pipe, the tubing kind of follows up here. And if I can find the flashlight, stick that in there. There we go. This is the service port they give you. I don't really know why you would put a service port on there. That doesn't really make sense. But whatever. I'm not a Honda designer. And then it goes to that metal pipe right there. And that goes all the way back. The left side is actually your fuel feed line from your fuel tank. So don't make sure not to mix them up or anything like that. And of course, don't cut it, or else you won't have any fuel. On my car, it's actually set up as a return line. But nonetheless, what I'm going to do is use this actually as a coupling, because you don't want to just remove it right over here, because then I did that the first time, and right there is where my AC, or the cabin fan, it picks up the outside air to put into the car, and it'll make you feel pretty sick pretty quick when you've got all those evaporated gas fumes coming up in your face. So yeah, lesson learned on that one. But nonetheless, like I said, I'm just going to basically put another hose here, and then just run it down further down in here, and then just release it a little bit further back into the car. So that's the project I'm doing today. That's my little small weekend project. It's not going to add any horsepower or anything like that. As you can see, I have my blow-off valve teed off on there, and it's been working fine, so it's been a great vacuum source. But I'm going to just remove that clamp there and just run that straight there, the way I had it a couple months ago. And here was the part where I guess the ECU was wired in here, and it controlled basically just a valve in there. I imagine it's just a real simple valve, and it just controlled the flow. So we have no need for that anymore. There is a plug that's just sitting there in the middle of nowhere. I have it disabled in my tuning software, so that it doesn't throw a code or give me any issues. So you may want to have some sort of tuning capability before you commence to unplugging that, because it may know and not be very happy about it. And this hose just barely fits on there, so it's a bit of a pain in the butt to get it to go. And yes, I know I'm using a hose that's way overqualified for this job, but it's kind of what I got. That's about, that's about it. I'm gonna get me a little bit of lube it up before I put it on. Makes it a little bit easier to slide. Just gonna use small purpose grease. And just rub it on there, not very thick, but just enough to help slide it on. I'm a crazy person, I'm talking to myself. Because of you made me crazy. And just tighten that down. And that's the blow off valve vacuum source, so it knows when to open. I have had hoses and little nipples over here blow off whenever I was doing some test runs. I hit 12 psi back when I had the 12 psi wastegate spring, and that joker just took off. I don't know where it went, but it was gone when I looked at the motor the next day. Alright, so now I got to do the other part, which is connecting the hose to that little service port, and then we're going to run it up under the car. Of course, you don't want to have it too close to the exhaust. I don't think it would explode or anything, but nonetheless, just better safe than sorry. It won't be that hard to dodge the exhaust, but yet also get it out of the cabin. Good. And then, I'm going to go down there and zip something. Alright, and now it seems like I probably have to jack up the car. I ain't got to take off the wheels. Alright, so I'm up under the car, on the floor as usual. Here's the hose. Run it down through here. Actually, I found a good spot right there. Yep, right next to my fuel line. Then I'm just going to let it go right there. I'm going to zip tie it here. That should probably be good enough. Just one little zip tie there. And that'll be it. Project will be done. Alright, so now I just got to put everything back together. Do the pod filter first. Make sure you've got your hose clamp lined up. So once you get it on there, you can actually screw it in. Alright, well that pretty much sums it up for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And of course, if you want more, just subscribe.